long as we keep them busy and it's done.
It will be.
You know,
There's a lot
sometimes
of things.
They've been pretty
One-
busy so far.
You get 8 hours out of one guy, and when you add the second, you get 2 hours out of both of them for a total of 4 hours. And I don't want that to be the case, and I'm sure it won't be.
Well,
I have a lot of
I
You
have,
gotta bust your coffee pot.
faith
over
in
it.
Jay and you to manage their time.
I fully agree. And I've spoken with Jay and Mr. Bozier about that.
There's a lot of work to be done in
There's
the
a lot
shop
of work to
too.
be done, yes, there is. So,
With the winter and no grass to be mowed,
then
it's a
they
good
need
time
to
for
shop,
that. Yeah,
cleaning up, getting that stuff taken care of.
yeah,
That is true.
yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay. We have a motion?
Do we need a motion?
I already made it.
Yes.
No.
second.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. For the hiring of Mr. Bojo, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So, now he knows what everybody expects. And I don't know how long he will be with us, and at this point, he may not. So, we're still kind of looking for somebody to help. If he decides to leave next week for a better job, then we still need somebody to help.
What's part-time considered?
30 hours, $15 an hour. I wish we could pay more, but that's not in the works. Okay. Do we have any correspondence?
Did we get a application or a letter of interest for the council?
No,
We did not.
no, there was rumors of people were going to, but there was never actually anything submitted.
So as
Not
soon as-
eligible. Me neither. We live on the back road, so we aren't even nothing.
Well, it's like I have said before. We as
We're not that bad people.
the council can adjust our rules to accept somebody from outside the town limits if they're willing to be a part of the council.
You'd have to make that pretty restrictive, or we could have Bridger on our town.
Exactly. It would be restricted, but that would give somebody the option.
To
do that. Yeah. And it would be just strictly for the period of time for that one particular person. It would not be an overall change in rules for,
And you're sure we can do that?
I'm pretty sure.
You
We make the rules.
better check on that.
I will check with the attorney on to make sure, but
State has
I'm
rules
pretty
on
sure that we
council
can do
also.
we set the rules.
We need a fourth.
Pardon?
We need a fourth.
We do. We do. Town attorney, nothing. Public Works Director, Jay.
Oh, we got this locates done on Harley, so we can start on that.
Okay, explain what you're doing there, please.
So we're gonna put 4 or 5 new meter pits into all those places. And then repave it, so we'll tear that up and put road base down.
Okay. Explain the process that we're gonna go through for the paving.
So we pay for labor and part of it or something?
We pay for, we'll pay for the pavement,
Yeah,
and it'll be our labor to help the county, because we have a interlocal agreement with the county. We will prep our road base, get it ready for asphalt. And then the county, we have to make a plan, they have to make a plan, we have to meet and agree on the plan. And then they will come and we'll order asphalt, and they will haul it, and they will lay it down, and we help with their crew to lay the asphalt. They are looking right now at paving the road between here and Joliet. And the
Wow.
commissioners asked if I would try to get this plan ready, so if they decide to start on this end with the equipment here, then we can have this done,
Yeah.
ready for that. So we need to get those plans ready. And I gave,
Do we have funds approved for that project?
yes, we have,
That was,
We've already done that, haven't we?
Yeah, the
yes,
Barca.
the Barca, monies,
Yeah, we included both there and up there.
I
yes.
thought so.
Yep.
Your short memory.
Part of
It's
the-
good, but it's short.
so, yeah, we're gonna replace all those, put water meters, or meter pits in all those while the road's tore up instead of waiting and tearing up new asphalt afterwards
Where's that at?
on Harley.
That's where.
And explain the
we
reason why
shut
we're doing
people
that.
off. We can't.
There's a lot of them that don't like to pay their water bill,
Okay.
so it's easier if the meter's outside instead of in their house.
A lot of meters in this town are
Then I don't
in
have to bug the
people's
sheriff's
basements.
department to get
And
in.
it's hard to get in there to shut water off. If they don't answer the phone, you just can't go walking in. Why can't, but.
Don't you have any curb stops?
No,
Some-
please.
Throw some back
can't
there.
fight
Ones
them all.
don't, yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
some yes and some no.
That is another issue.
So we're gonna
And that's
add,
what we'll be working on, is making sure that they're there and they know where they're at, and they'll be marked on maps. And then these meter pits will be there to where we can have the meters where we can get to them and read them if we need to, or do maintenance on them. And we're getting at a point with our meters where the batteries are running out, so we're having to look at replacing
yeah,
those, so it's
short.
not gonna be a fun deal crawling underneath people's houses to do that.
right,
Plus he's scared of spiders.
I
yeah,
don't blame it.
yeah, I don't like spiders.
I don't either.
The train tracks are coming up next Tuesday.
That's when they're pulling them up.
Yeah,
Really?
they're gonna start next Tuesday, so it'll, I told him it's gotta be left open to one lane.
Are they gonna be able to do that, or?
We're gonna try, otherwise it's gonna be a disaster. But it's gonna be like 3-4 hours,
Okay. And you're moving the signal and everything,
as far as I know, yeah.
okay.
Now it's going across the road, you mean?
Yeah, the one closer to the museum.
Unused.
Remind me, the next day or two, March, I found a spike from down there along that railroad track. I want to give to you for the museum.
Okay. Out of that one,
Yes,
cool.
Hey,
Yes.
Jay, is the cyclone fence for the park still down at the park? Or did that get, like, thrown away?
The what now?
The cyclone fence that separates the park from the parking lot? That was taken down?
The chain link stuff?
Yeah. Is that still down there?
I haven't seen
don't
it.
think
They
so.
got tracks and
I
stuff.
think they hauled it off.
I think that went when we had that dumpster.
Mark,
Hmm?
do they have tracks and stuff for those cars?
what?
I
What
hear
fence?
Somebody come up with
The
some.
By
one at
the baseball
The
field.
railroad.
I think that went in that dumpster when we took the roof
Yeah.
off the old
I
pump
don't
house.
think these would work. I don't think.
It could be.
I think that's when that went. If I remember right.
Be nice to put that back up, cause we can't post a no alcohol outside the fence if we don't have a fence. So they can drink anywhere they want. Right, Nate?
Pretty much. Appreciate it if you just keep your mouth down.
But I did wanna say something about the concession stand. Now, when I was at the meeting at the shop, you said something about tearing it down. What,
No,
you said if we did not replace the roof, it was getting torn down.
Well, if we don't replace the roof, it's gonna fall down.
Well, we got the money to replace the roof, and that's what we plan on doing. But it would be nice if our city council would come and support our fundraisers, cause it was a kick in the ass time. And I know that we even sent you a personal message
I know
to
you did.
come.
And. I
It's
was in the
disappointing
building
not
that
seeing
day.
everybody
I know.
support it. When, you know, March and Tammy do a lot of hard work to get those fundraisers together. And it would just be nice to have some of our town council to come. We had fun. It was a blast.
It would have
Well,
been
it's not
enjoyable
just-
for all of you.
Yeah, but it's not just that. We have learned a lot, and I want to share that. We have, you know, Tammy Lynn is a bug in my butt about this, but anyway. Oh, how do we get more people, you know, the local people, because it's
Yeah.
mostly outside.
Yeah.
So we've really thought about that and working with the school more, and we've come up with some really good ideas, because I feel personally, and I don't know how you feel, Mr. Nate, I want you to pay attention. Years ago, when you was a little duffer, you know, a little bigger, people went and it really, you know, there was more interaction. I realize times have changed, I really realize that. But I feel that we're at fault too, for not communicating better with the school, different things. And we, thanks to Tammy Lynn and Weezy and Tammy, we've really come up with some great ideas how to do that come fall. But, you know, also I feel kinda that you were on the council under a mayor we didn't care for too much, but he was very good about, you know, coming in and nothing else saying hi. I'm not asking for your dollar, but I sure as hell would like to see your face once in a while. Not, you know, so I'm not saying just you guys come to us, I'm saying we needed to communicate better with the school and actually the churches, you know, a little bit to get their involvement. And they came up with an idea how to do that. So that's all I got to say. Please and thank you.
Note well taken.
For me, I promise I will do better.
Okay, thank
I
you.
mean,
Some of the
hold you
baked
to it.
goods that Marge
Okay, you might need
Kitchen
to.
puts out is amazing. I mean, cakes, caramel rolls, I mean, we do good work. And we see the same people though every time, it's the same people, and it's not local. I could say the majority of the people that we get at our bake sales are not local. And it's sad, because we're putting our money into the museum, into the school, into the park. We're not putting it into Joliet and Bridger, it's going right here.
Yeah.
You know, we put money to the scholarship fund this time, the last bake sale that we had. And this one was just meant to replace the concession stand and to open that up and to get that more involved in the community with kids. And we had 3 kids sign up for softball this year for down there because we didn't get our notices out early enough, but we're gonna do it next year earlier so that we can get some kind of little team going back again in Bromberg. That'd be nice.
That would be
That'd be
nice.
so awesome.
That would be. Good,
Thank you.
yes, thank you. Anything else, Jay?
No, not really. We've been pretty well serviced everything since it's been cold out, but cleaning, that's about it.
There's lawnmowers all ready to go.
Yeah.
I saw there was a, an amount paid to fix one of the trucks in this last month's bills.
Oh, our dump truck?
Yeah, the dump truck. What was the deal there?
So the fuel tanks were
I was gonna talk.
irreplaceable, I guess you'd say. But without having fuel in them all the time, or full all the time, we build up that condensation and then it rots. So then it was, flakes were coming off of there.
No pen anymore.
So there was, I took it to Steve up there to replace it or have him clean, and he couldn't hardly do either anymore.
So you had to replace it.
So they stuck,
Do you need a pen?
well, they couldn't replace them, they couldn't find any to do that. So instead of 2 tanks, we just have the one now. And he cleaned it, I guess, by putting gravel in it.
Yeah, shaking her around.
Yeah, attached it to a skid steer tire and drove around the parking lot. And then they had some seal coat they put in there. Cause it was plugging up fuel
That was
filters.
like $1,300.
Maybe, I didn't even
Yeah.
see it. Cause we were going through pumps and
Yeah, 'cause that's where that
filters.
truck would be, he couldn't even leave the park, the
Thank you.
garage without it dying on him.
I'm sure all that
Yeah.
junk was,
Oh, it
Giving
was,
up the
it
filter.
was bad. I have a picture of it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
okay. That was the only question I had.
that's good, eh? Anything else, Jay?
No, I think that's about it.
Lacey, town clerk.
Well, we're gonna start reading the meters like around the 15th of the month. And then the due date will still be the next 15th, so that you get 30 days, or closer to 30 days to come up with the money for your bills or whatever, but, so you'll end up getting those in the middle of the month instead of at the end of the month, and it'll probably screw everything up this first month. But I'm planning on going around the 16th and doing meters again. But I haven't really got anything big done, because I just get hit with something from every side all the time. You can't finish one thing. But I did get to mow part of that
highway.
along the highway and get rid of
That's
some of the
good.
brush. What else?
I think that looks really good. I don't know what you guys all thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
gotta, well, if my daughter gets in trouble, she's gonna pick up all the garbage, so. But, yeah, I don't really like the garbage that's left, but it's hard to go pick it up before you mow it because it's so deep and it's so thick.
We might get some help
That's-
from the
Yeah.
sheriff
Yeah.
on
It
that.
should be
Yeah.
doing that.
But that's just one of the other areas that we're picking up this year, that we're gonna be mowing that's extra from what we have had.
And that will really help
Oh, big
those.
time.
It will.
That's it.
Who mows that patch? There's like one patch that's mowed by the big granary things on the side of the highway. It's a pretty big area. I thought that looked really nice, but then you got all
Is
that.
that what
Railroad?
you were talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's where I started, and then it
Oh.
started snowing again, and I had to wait to continue. Then I got to do another patch, and then it was snowing again.
That's where you're talking.
But, so they're all gonna probably grow a little differently for a little bit, but, yeah, there were some interesting things in there.
But
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna continue down along the railroad track there until we get to the edge of town here,
Oh,
away
my God.
where we can't get the lawnmower anymore. And it's just gonna make, I think, people driving through, it'll just look
Yeah.
better.
Well, it'll
Yeah.
be easier to keep up
Work
on garbage too that people throw out. You can see it.
So,
Other than that, I don't really know. We're getting ready, we have to go to the conference this month. And that is the 23rd through the 25th,
Where's that?
in
Falls.
Great Falls again. So I'll be doing the clerk classes and I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know either, cause last year I thought I knew and you signed me up for stuff
yeah.
I didn't know about, so.
Well, that's so you can know about them. No, but, so we'll be gone for
as
those
everybody
3
here
days.
probably doesn't know, Jay has to have continuing education. That's one of the reasons he has to go to these schools and stuff, is because he has to, in order to keep up his licenses, he has to have continuing ed, and that's just part of that,
Yeah, he gets credits. Well, I will too at some point, but,
so.
yeah, you get credits for those. But other than that, I don't really have anything.
How's the, collections going?
Well, we got another one that of the big ones is taken care of. So that helps because he owed almost $2,000. And that guy might be getting evicted, I don't know. But that is one of the places that does not have a way to shut them off. Because you can't just go in. Plus he has a scary dog.
We can't shut him off?
No.
No.
And that's been the problem for a while, is trying to figure out how to get him shut off because it was underneath his house. And he literally screws his gate shut when he leaves in the morning. Screws it shut and unscrews it to come back in. Like, you have to get a ladder and jump over the fence if you're gonna go in there. And then the dog's gonna kill you, so,
When they put that water in, what happened, because I remember real clear, I was in Pedersen's house, And all of a sudden, I think it was your brother, it was, Christopher coming. And he said, well, we gotta put this water in. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, and then there was a meeting, and Cameron said, whoa, 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 they don't have to go in the house, but the company doing it sent them there. And I said, oh no, outside. I know my landlord won't like that. So, but they did. The company that put the water, this new water system in, they were trying to just go right in the house and put them in.
Cause it was easier.
Well, yeah, cause what I go off of from that place is their fence post from the lilac bush.
Yeah,
And there's not even a lilac bush anymore, so.
Yeah.
it was then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But that one's taken care of finally, and then they have a property manager now, and they are sending the checks now. Making sure it's paid to us, and then they're dealing with him. Outside of us, but, yeah, besides that, soon it'll be time to get the lien stuff ready before June. But there won't be very many compared to last year. But they did tell me that I can't pick and choose, which makes sense, yeah. If I am gonna send any, I have to send everyone. So anyone that is over 60 days, and that makes me feel bad, cause some people don't really,
Well, you can explain it when they call.
yeah, true.
Throw them all under the
I mean,
bus.
usually, there's a lot of people who, they might get to 60 days late, but then they take care of it immediately, and I feel bad about that, but they said I have to turn every single person over, so
Yeah.
that's not my fault. But I'll be working on that in the next couple months, because I want to make sure I do it correct this time, so it actually works. This time?
Mine about half a dozen.
Okay, would you kind of give a briefing on where we're at with our, audit?
Oh, okay, it's frustrating. I thought that it was down to just looking for checks that are not in the register, I guess, from 2018. But now he just gave me another list, but he doesn't get that some of these things I can't explain because I was not here. I can't tell you why whoever did whatever they did and why it's gone. I've heard rumors that things were shredded by the last few people that were in there, and I don't know, he doesn't get that there's nothing I can do.
You have witnesses that there was boxes and boxes
and I mean,
hauled out of here.
I can't just magically make these things appear
I
if
know.
they don't
You
exist
can't.
anymore, and he doesn't seem to get that. I've talked to him twice this week. And then they had requested cloud access for Black Mountain 2 months ago, and we got that all set up, but they still want me to find all these things in Black Mountain, and I finally just said, I'm not gonna waste my time finding these things in Black Mountain when you can find them yourself. That was the whole point of getting access. So I'm not going to find those things for you, I'm sorry. I will keep looking for the things that I am not finding, but other than that, he's gonna have to move forward at some point and just do findings. Cause there's nothing I can do about it. I want it to be correct from here on out, but his findings are gonna be what tells me what needs to be fixed and what needs to be done. And if I would say next year, if he was the auditor and he was talking about this last year, I could probably find most of the things that he wants. But it's so close to the end of that. And then we're still waiting on the financial review because our accountant is way behind. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that because we're getting fined for that it's not done. And he's the one who has to do it. So I just found that out a couple days ago when the bill came for the fine that we had to pay. It's not a lot of money, but still, it's not, when it's on somebody else to do it, that's not fair, you know. So I gotta figure out what to do about that, but, so we still don't have a financial review for 21.
Yeah.
But, I think
Good. And Lacey, I appreciate everything that you do in that office. I know it's tough, I know that you are working hard to get it in a workable situation. And I want to thank you for everything that you do for us.
Well, I
It's
hope I
nice
can
to walk in
survive.
there and it doesn't look condemned.
Yeah. It's a lot cleaner, neater, and organized.
Yeah, you don't feel so bad if you leave something on the counter, is it gonna blow away and everybody see it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've almost got it all sorted in there, so that that room is almost completely done. I started sorting them a couple weeks ago by fiscal year, so it'll be easier to find things. But yeah, because some of the stuff that the auditor wanted was in like 4 different boxes. Because he wanted stuff from 18, 19, and 20. Well, they were all in different boxes, and then there was a whole thing of claims that was missing. The claims are missing for the entire year of 17. The actual claims, and then they're very vague in the system. It'll say shop supplies. Well, he wants me to find out what were those shop supplies, but the physical invoices are missing. So, that's one of my problems there, but I want everything for fiscal year in one box together from now on. So that if I don't survive this, this job, somebody else will be able to find it. But yeah, I'm trying to survive.
It's a good way to look at it.
Just hang in there, you'll get her done.
What?
Just hang in there, you'll get her done.
Yep.
Hope so.
Well, thanks again, Lacey, for all that. Does anybody else have any questions for Lacey?
No.
Anybody have anything for Lacey? One of the things that I would like to talk about a little bit tonight is, I think the guys, Jay, Mr. Bojo, and Lacey, they're doing a really good job. The deputies have not come to haul me off to jail yet, so they're doing pretty good. And that's kind of the thing that we look at, is to make sure that we're doing it right. And whenever somebody comes in with a suggestion or a thing that, well, you're screwing this up, I take it serious, and I want to look at it and make sure that we do it right. 'Cause it keeps me out of trouble and keeps everybody else out of trouble. And I want to thank these guys for the job that they do. I know that they were working over here on, and I can't even think of the name of the street,
Minesburg.
Minespur.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because that, if anybody's driven that in the last several months, it's, you can almost bury a Volkswagen out there in some of them potholes. And they've been out there working on that, trying to get that, put some road base in it and the holes filled up and making it a usable road. And later on, we're gonna do some cleanup in that area, down in there to get to where it looks better. And even if that increases the amount of grass that we have to mow, I think that's a benefit. But, these guys, I think they're doing a wonderful job. And I wholeheartedly want to thank them, and I want to thank the council. These guys have tough decisions to make. And it's, we look at the marijuana stuff and all this, and they want it right. And I want it right. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in town and do something that we're not supposed to. But if we're doing it right, nobody has any room to argue.
One little add-on to that, Tim, is I've seen some correspondence in some of the publications online about us breaking the town with special meeting fees. If we have to have a special meeting to make a decision that saves the town thousands of money, or thousands of dollars, and it costs $15 for me to be there, I think it's pretty good money spent. So if you guys think we're breaking the town with special meetings, we aren't. We're just trying to do it right.
Well, and we're bound by law. We can't just meet and discuss stuff. These guys can't, we just can't do that. It's the sunshine laws. And they're a pretty strict set of rules that have to be adhered to, and that's why we have these meetings. And we haven't had too many special meetings at all in the last
No.
year or so.
It's been a whole lot better than it used to be. Whew.
Yes,
Yeah, it was a
Oh,
lot worse.
well.
I think they had a lot of them down the street there a few years back.
They're
One
possible.
of those special
I
meetings.
did have a question for you.
Yes.
Is there any way with other mayors that you can correspond to see if you can't bring something in that might be a little bit of a business? You don't have to answer me. It just, is there any way corresponding with other mayors or stuff, you know, what might be able to come in?
To bring some commerce to Fromberg?
Yeah.
I mean, not the
Yeah.
kind of businesses we were just discussing, but other kinds.
Just other. There, I am on clerk serve and I can ask on there and then every clerk in Montana can answer if they want to. So that's a good spot to get what other towns allow or what other towns have or suggestions, you know.
It
What
would just
what do
be
you
fun.
think has been the holdup all these years? Why don't we have more commerce on Main Street in Fromberg?
It's not the cost of the business
Do you
license.
think it's the attitude of the people in Fromberg?
I think some of that has been, but I don't take that personally because for my business, I've been told that they sure as hell don't need me. I've
I
been
mean,
told
do
directly
we put
that.
out a welcoming aura to prospective people
I just think the
Coming.
limited spots to
to
do
Fromberg?
it, cause anything that's gonna be a small business, big business has pretty much squashed everything, so it's gotta be a special niche like what you do, I mean.
Yeah.
There's very rare things that can still sustain and keep your lights on in your house. You
It'd
can
be
do it as
nice.
a hobby, but trying to sustain unless it's special niche stuff, that's hard to.
Everybody leaves town to work.
Yeah,
They
They
shop
do.
the closest place on the way home.
I thought about going and talking to Gary Anderson, he's pretty upbeat and he's pretty in the know, you know. But no, I've been told directly that it's when another business was going to go in and they didn't, and they
Because
told
there's a
me
lot of
that.
he say,
Huh?
she say, he say that goes on in this town. Whatever there is.
Well, see,
Unless
and
somebody
that's-
tells your face.
And
then
that is
you
one
listen
thing
to
that,
it.
that we do look at, or that I am concerned about, and I know, I don't get on the websites. I don't look at what everybody's complaining about. I don't get upset because, you know, I don't have any hair, or, you know, things like that. What I want is, I want this town to progress. Now, we made a huge leap forward when we painted all these buildings, and they